in the meme room that doesn't have even like Wi-Fi, and also simultaneously, yeah, not only did it not have Wi-Fi, but there was no Ethernet either. It was just it wasn't just a space issue. And I know that they were like watching because they obviously stream sniped me because they forgot to take my fucking badge for the lower level suites. And then I brought it up and I said, "Oh, they forgot to take my badge. Maybe they're not kicking us out. Okay? Maybe they're not kicking us out fully because we're again, like my press credentials are still there. This is like a different level of access. Okay? And they literally right after I said, "Oh, well, they didn't take my lower level press credential from me," which means like maybe it is a space issue, right? Like maybe it is actually a legitimate space issue and like we'll be able to recover from here on out. It turns out, no. Okay.
No worries. Someone is definitely fucking watching the stream because I literally said, "Oh, they didn't even take our credentials away," and they just showed up. Someone is watching the fucking stream.
But you just have to watch what you say, I guess, or they'll boot you out for being butthurt. Yeah. If that New York Times reporter was smart, he'd be covering the story, to be honest. I mean, potentially. Dude, I love Ken. He was cool. Yeah, he was dope. And you said on stream as a joke that you would use someone else's space, and said space owner came over rolling up his sleeves to make sure you weren't going to use their space. Wait, what? No, that's not. That was a different story. You're wrong about that. That's Crooked Media. They actually were willing to give me their space so I could conduct interviews. That was being handled on the back end. No, it wasn't. So it wasn't just that tweet. Okay, that tweet was like the straw that broke the camel's back. But it was my advocacy for having a Palestinian speak at the DNC consistently. It was me wearing a Palestinian flag around my waist, which they consider to be a big no-no, apparently. And also, it was the fact that I talked to the uncommitted movement as well. Now, the reason why it was a little bit different for me, okay, the reason why it was a little bit different for me, if the DNC kicked out Hasan while he's being interviewed by the New York Times to 60,000 people, dumbasses, I have to take responsibility here. I was doing a hysterical Hasidic tunnel callback bit that necessitated burrowing into the actual United Center with dozens of Haredi tunneling experts. When accosted by the Secret Service, I kind of panicked and said Hasan was my boss. My bad. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. It is crazy that they did that.
Of like
right
literally only having Israeli victims and their family members be held into question while Palestinian and pro-Palestinian people are getting fucking beaten out. Okay, like they're literally the delegates themselves that dare bring up the Palestinian.
Yeah, it didn't happen right after this. That's a lie, by the way. That's not correct.
Casualties get fucking booed, they get humiliated, they get kicked aside. It is fucking ridiculous. Okay.
Oh no, man, why would they even invite you? They knew what you say and you were yourself for 4 days straight, but at that moment they decided to kick you out. Straw that broke the camel's back. If you knew you'd be kicked out, would you have been less contentious? No. Other people interviewed the uncommitted people as well. Yes. But the difference is they were press. They didn't have like the fucking suite level access. Press doing it is different than a creator for Kamala doing it in front of 60,000 people and also in a fucking suite that they gave him. Okay? They see that as like a big fuck you. At least the DNC sees that as like a big fuck you. Do you understand? Like there's obviously a difference between like where I'm doing it and how I'm doing it versus like how other people are doing it. Okay? Don't you feel like what they did was worse? They cut off your ability to do your coverage while pretending you were still welcome, honestly? No, I mean, I'm look, my point is this, okay? My point is this. I was never going to like moderate my views or change my perspective because of the unimaginable amount of access I got. And I did get an unimaginable amount of access. Okay? It's true. I mean, think about it, dude. There are literally fucking professional journalists and press people and media outlets out there that are spending a shit ton of money that had to spend a shit ton of money to get that level of access that I was able to get. Okay? That's huge. So everything I was able to do within the DNC, within the confines of the DNC for the past 4 days, even with the like last day, fuck you, I don't care. I'm very happy about. Okay? I'm very happy about it because obviously, I still was able to do all of this shit and I took all of it I never took it for granted. You know what I mean? I was able to do all of this and I considered it to be a bonus, right? Because I would be covering the DNC regardless, even if I was there and I was streaming from the hotel room or if I was here in Los Angeles streaming from my house. I'd be doing that anyway. So the fact that I was able to do it inside and also get this like level of unprecedented level of access on top of that was an added benefit. Do you see what I'm saying? The way I look at it is like I'm happy for everything that I got because I never thought that I would get any of this shit anyway, which is precisely the reason why I think a lot of people were like, how the fuck did they let you in here? Like why are they doing this? And I wanted to do it justice. Okay? I wanted to do it justice. I wanted to do the level of access that I got as much justice as possible. I wanted to show as many people as possible in my community that you know, this is how it works. This is the background. Like this is what a convention is, right? Like I showed you every aspect of it, from the protests outside to the protests inside to the regular process. I interviewed politicians. I talked to them. Ultimately, I think I made the most of it. And I find it to be I found this to be a very, very fortunate situation. I was very lucky to be able to get all of this. I think they thought they could use you and live up your audience by giving you so much accommodation. Like, look, we have progressives too. Even that guy that said America's 9/11. Yeah, they don't care about that part. I feel like you made a shit ton of big connections. Not necessarily. I mean, all the people that I was talking to already, I had access to already. I just like kind of used them because I was right there. But anyway, safety vest DNC guy was watching stream and tried to jump in to stop the bad press. Yeah. Seeing it kicked out for what we all assume was support for Palestine just killed my spirit. I thought that we would get a voice in the DNC and we all got shut down. I'm back to not wanting to vote again. Look, I'm not gonna fault you for that, okay? But overall, I think, and this is going to now get to my commentary portion, right? We're gonna start talking about you know, we're going to be talking about the Kamala Harris speech and all this stuff, but I haven't watched stream in a long time. I catch up a little with what's going on with you and Ix. When I saw you were going to the DNC, I was hoping you wouldn't be simping for the Dems, so I'm super happy you haven't changed when you stand and speaking out against oppression. Yeah, of course. But it is you know, it is what it is. I'm overall very, very happy with everything. Okay. You said next time you let press credentials. Can you explain what difference it would make? I would have like a dog shit area, if lucky, if I even get an area at all, to be able to stream from the pit. Like I'll probably be like near TYT in the press pit, because like all of those other major outlets, like they pay for those rooms, and I'm not trying to drop fucking $500,000 on the Democratic National the DNC, the National Convention, to be able to fucking get like that level of access. So I can't get over what it must have looked like to the journo who was previously unfamiliar with you, seeing you kicked out while so many fans in the DNC are thanking you for your work and how much you mean to them. Yeah. Overall, I think that it was a wild thing that they did, especially when I was like being interviewed by the New York Times in front of 60,000 people. I don't know why they did it like that. I think it's not like that serious, that significant in the grand scheme of things. Like, I don't know if that'll like be a bigger news story or anything like that. But regardless of that, regardless of their actions, I still am very happy. I'm still very happy with like what I was able to do, and that's it. I hope that it was entertaining, and I hope that not only was it entertaining but also informative, and I hope you guys got a better understanding of what was going on internally over there. But yeah, I was mauling last night with the Kamala Harris speech. But here's a funny moment where I was having fun with the New York Times guy.
I got a friend who's a nicotine gum addict. I'm wondering if I should push her on Zyn.
I am too, but then she's gonna be a Zyn addict. She's gonna be a Zinfidel.
Isn't
Osama Bin Laden?
I feel like I got a friend who's.
I have it on good authority. Okay, dude. Emphasis on convention. This was sick, man. This is undefeated, okay? This is literally undefeated. What is this? Canute mentioned you. Colette calling Hasan insane, KW. It was not only the best week of content ever, it was so rejuvenating to see you go into Liberal Alliance Den and be treated like the biggest celebrity there. Such a good sign for the left's future, in my opinion. I don't know if it's a good sign of the left's future. That lady that came to make sure you were leaving that were asking about another space also said it would be best if you went back to your hotel to continue the stream. When you said that that would be your next step, they definitely just wanted you gone and were trying to do it with grace because you were live to so many people. I mean, I don't know if she was trying to do that. I think it was just more so like they were all fine. They were great. I'm not annoyed with them at all. Nothing will ever top you sitting down with Rokana and immediately talking about sometimes leaving your mic on while you're pissing. You literally said pissing to Rokana. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I was excited when you mentioned going to the DNC and it felt like a place to get a view. Love the insight. Yeah. They kicked you out for the Zinfidel comments? No, dude. They kicked me out because I served too many 3-minute ad breaks at the top of the hour. And I did that so gracefully. I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked at how many people were fans inside of the Democratic Party. Maybe not the delegates, and maybe not the people that are working, maybe not the people that are like volunteers. That makes sense. But it was genuinely fucking shocking how many like I had like council members and shit like that from all around the country coming up and being like, yo, I'm a huge fan. It was like, damn, that's crazy. That's wild. Have you tried the citrus flavors in? Yeah, it sucks. Hasan is interviewing Cori Bush right now. Yeah, she said she was a fan of mine, which was crazy to hear from someone who I respect so much. But yeah, I think this strip showed that the MJ glazing is alive and strong, and you loving LeBron was going against that love. Yeah, I think that's why I got kicked out, honestly.
because I just spoke truth to power about how LeBron is the real GOAT. Anything you do differently? No, not even. Like, I think we maxed out. Okay, we maxed out. We did everything right. We did everything. I don't think there was a single aspect of this that I would change. Like, we took every right step.